This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. On Going Home is a personal essay written by Joan Didion and published in 1968, where the author talks about various aspects of the home. Although the author counts on how it has become hard to get back home, now that she has been married, the home played a crucial role in shaping who she became. According to the author, home means a reflective place that has features of human anatomy and socialism in defining and shaping the future of persons. This paper describes Didion's meaning of life as a burden of life in terms of living current life and also counting on the past events when she lived at home. Meaning of home to the author. There are vital aspects that define what a home is to Didion. The author says that home refers to the place where she was raised and not where she is married. Didion grew up in California, where life was characterized by hectic situations such as dusty houses and walls. In the essay, the author says that by home, I do not mean the house in Los Angeles where my husband and I and the baby live, but the place where my family is, in the Central Valley of California. Therefore, from the reflection that she gives, it is clear that home is the original place where she learned ways of life before transitioning to adulthood. The meaning of home is vast, as discussed in the work by Joan Didion. The author's explanation about home makes a reader understand that she means a place where one is shaped in life before getting to other ventures. Thus, home is like a foundational zone where an individual can learn to navigate life before opening an eye to other life occurrences in the future. In one part, Didion says that the yellow fields and the cottonwoods and the rivers rising and falling and the mountain roads closing when the heavy snow comes in. Thus, she portrays home as a distinct factor and a burden that builds an individual into learning cultural aspects that must be undertaken in life. The fact that she mentions rivers and mountain roads shows that she explored keenly between her native place of origin and her current place of residence. There is a difference in terms of environment and ambience that defines their childhood. The culture she tries to reveal is that of accommodating each other's situations, which might seem to be hard to perceive. Didion shows that her husband did not like the home due to the dust and also the lifestyle, which forced them to learn the ways of people of the ridges. According to the work, home is like a phenomenal theater that makes an artistic element in an individual for the sake of living in the world. The burden of life, as per the author's take on a home, is also evident in her work. Home is like a place where no one wants to get back to but is forced by family ties. Joan Didion says that she had gone back to California to celebrate their daughter's birthday together with her husband. It means despite the evidence of difficulty when staying at home, they have to make the expectations of the family members come true when it comes to bonding. She also tells how her brother disregards her husband by calling him Joan's husband. The brother is living an uncivilized life because he does not understand that the husband of his sister is a brother-in-law. To display how the burden of life from home revives family ties, Didion mentions that I go to visit my great-aunts. A few of them think now that I am my cousin or their daughter who died young. We recall an anecdote about a relative last seen in 1948, and they ask if I still like living in New York City. A critical leader will understand that Didion had stayed for long without interacting with the relatives since she was married and they lived in New York, which was a new place, alienating her from other relatives. However, even though her husband was objective of remote life, as she mentions in work, Didion acknowledges that life is essential when crediting the importance of home more so family members. According to the author, home is a burden of life and a place where she may not wish to be associated with every time, especially on the moments and events that are undertaken there. Didion says, the question of whether or not you could go home again was a genuine part of the sentimental and essentially literary baggage with which we left home in the 50s. I suspect that it is irrelevant to the children born of the fragmentation after World War II. The statement means that people born after struggles with peace in the world may not fit some lifestyles. According to her, it is like during wars and conflicts, people do not have a sense of cultural belonging and may engage in primitive ways that do not suit the modern culture. She mentions a young, pretty girl who undresses herself to dance for some money. Thus, it is hard for Didion to wish to have links with home if that is what the people in remote areas do. Joan Didion's meaning of home may be interpreted as a place of history and ceremonial issues. While at home, she shows the reader how the home has been a place for memorizing past events. She says, "A bathing suit I wore the summer I was 17. A letter of rejection from the nation, an aerial photograph of the site for a shopping center my father did not build in 1954. Thus, she tries to insinuate home as a place where one can rekindle past life and get fresh memories of life. She mentions going to the ranch with her father and also having coffee with her mother. She makes it clear that there are many issues that remind her of her past while at home, more so when having sessions with family members. Conclusion. According to Joan Didion, the home has various meanings and depicts numerous factors in her personal life. First, home is the original point where she grew up and where her family members are residing. Secondly, home means a place where one learns about the culture and general ways of life. Third, Didion puts home a place of unifying members during special occasions such as birthdays and exploring the rivers, mountains, and ranches. Additionally, home means where one can get a history of who they are after rekindling past events and happenings when growing up. The author also portrays home as a factor in living a non-modern life due to some incidents that occur in remote areas. Therefore, from the above factions, the essay reveals home as the burden of life for the author. Did you like this review of On Going Home by Joan Didion sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.